ABCs for a happy life. Today's letter is P. Again, it's going to be a double entendre, a double chicken tender. There you go, Bruce Carroll. I mentioned some days ago that whenever you come across a virtue list in the Bible, be sure and pay attention, make some notes, journal them, look up the definitions of the words, really try to understand them, pray them into your life and the lives of other people. Check this out. Today's shout out. There's your t-shirt for the day. Grit not quit. Grit not quit. There are a list of virtues in the love chapter, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. The first one, of course, describing love. Love is patient, and then it goes on, is kind, doesn't act proudly, doesn't brag, not easily angered, doesn't act rudely, doesn't keep a record of wrongs. There's several virtues that are listed there. Go back to 1 Corinthians 13, you can find them all. But I love the bookends. The first is patience, macrothumia, long-spirited. Love doesn't fly off the handle. Love does not lose its cool. But then the last virtue listed is love perseveres. It's interesting. There was a T-shirt. I don't have one. I used to have one, I think, but it's long, long gone. From our Dallas Baptist University, and it had the Greek word hupomone. Hupomone. Hupo is hypo, under, like hypodermic, under the skin. And then there is mone, which is to remain under. That is the word for persevere in the New Testament, is you remain under. You don't crawl out from underneath it. You don't give up. I told somebody the other day, they asked me how I was doing. I said, I'm not finished, but I'm done. It was one of those kind of days. I'd been working outside. But you persevere, you stick it out. The Bible tells us clearly, book of Galatians, do not grow weary in well-doing, for you will reap in due season if you do not faint. I mentioned the other day the two-word question, how long? It's asked in both testaments. Sometimes God asks it, sometimes we ask it, but that's in God's hands. And so one of the great qualities in life is the quality of perseverance, to last, to not give up, to not quit before you're finished, to trust God in it, trust God's timing, and allow God to work in it, work through it. But it's the bookend virtues, the ABCs for a happy life. Go back and look at that 1 Corinthians 13, I think starting around verse 4. Look at all of those different virtues, kindness and not acting rudely and not being proud, not being boastful, not keeping a record of wrongs. But the bookend virtues, patience, long-spirited, don't lose your cool, long-suffering, and then also perseverance. You stick with it. You keep your commitments. You do the job. You stay with it no matter how hard it gets. Ask God, and He will help you. Patience and perseverance. ABCs for a happy life. God bless you. Have a good evening.